Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Okay, so any questions, clarifications on this Mahavakya Vichaara? Mahavakya Vichaara, okay? Is that, or it's all clear for the time being? Okay. I said I will, yeah?
Can you once more elaborate on Ananta and Ananda?
Okay, Ananta and Ananda. Both the words come from Taittiriya Upanishad actually. If you're looking at a quote, one good source is Taittiriya, where the Brahman is defined as Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Okay. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Ved Nihitam Guhaya So Ashnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. Then Tasmat Etasmat Atmana Akasha Sambhuta, etc., etc., etc. It goes on. Okay. All the koshas, the Anandamaya kosha and Brahma Pucham Pratishtam. The basis for Ananda is Brahman itself. There it comes. So there itself there is an equation that Ananta and Ananda are same. Later in Bhrigu goes to his father as a teacher and now he learns. And finally comes to the same conclusion that Ananda is Brahman. So Sat and Chit, Satyam Jnanam. Then Anantam and Anandam has to have a one-to-one correspondence. No? So then Ananta is Ananda. So really speaking, when you are translating Ananda, it should not be bliss or anything like that. It should be limitlessness. Why use the word Ananda? Another word to use is a sense of fullness, completeness. Because how does limitlessness manifest in your mind? A sense of completeness, fullness. Okay. So that would be a close translation. Close. Yeah. Because there can be, in bliss there is no communication. What is bliss for you and what is bliss for me may be something else. Yeah. Like I took somebody up to Kedar and early morning he is doing Agni Hotram. Yeah, nice, beautiful air. Why do you want to pollute your lungs? But for him that is blissful. No, early morning Swamiji, yes. Blissful. Okay. Yeah. We are traveling with Swamiji in Gujarat. So, okay. This is the South Indian area there. Said, will you come to me with this hotel? It was those days, 80s. I said, sure, but why? What do you want to? We just had dinner. I'm a South Indian. I've been having tea. I'm dying for a coffee. And she had that coffee. Oh, it's so blissful. So, what is blissful? And the thing keeps changing. There's no communication. But if you say fullness, there is some sort of communication. What do you mean by fullness? My heart is so full, you can't add or take on. You can't add anything, you can't take away anything. Some sort of communication is there. Not completely like limitlessness can, but still some sort of communication is there. So the closer word would be that. Whereas any other word will be not communicating enough. Then just familiarity with the words and you think we know, we don't. Yeah. That's that, Anantam Ananda. Yeah. And there some people are also called Ananta Ananda. Ananda itself means Ananda. Maybe Ananta Ananda. Anyway. Yeah. Then I said one thing I will do today is show you a quote or a composition from Acharyas that talk about the same thing. In fact, every book that has been written on Vedanta by any of the Advaita Acharyas are talking about the same thing. When Sureshwara writes Naishkaram Siddhi, independent work, not a commentary on the Upanishads or the Gita or the Brahma Sutras, independent work. It's all about the Atma. What is it? In what way is it different from any Upanishad? It's a Siddhi Grantha. Advaita Siddhi, same thing. Chitsukhi, same thing. Khandana Khandana Khadya, same thing. Whatever you say, I will negate. Whatever I say, you will negate. Finally, what is left behind? The one that eats up all negations. The reality. There's an interesting story about it. It is interpreted differently by South Indians and North Indians. The great North-South divide. This young boy wrote this book, Khandana Khandana Khadya. But it was not appreciated by the scholars. So he went to the Guru and said, what is wrong? So the Guru called his mother. रोज इसको दही चावल खिलाओ, 6 महीना के लिए दही चावल खिलाओ, curd rice. Make this man, the youngster, eat curd rice every day. So he ate the curd rice for 6 months. Then the Guru said, rewrite that book. He rewrote it. Oh, everyone appreciated the edited version. Rewritten version, everyone appointed. Yeah. Two interpretation for the story. North-South divide. North Indians say, oh, dahi chawal khake thoda mand buddhi ho gaya. So his writing came down a bit, enough for the scholars to understand. Barabar. Because he was such a genius. South Indians interpret it differently. They say with all the dahi chawal, his brain opened up more, so he could communicate it better. So take whichever story interpretation you want. All of them have said the same thing. You take a small book like Atma Bodha, same thing. Tattva Bodha, same thing. Aprokshanabhuti, same thing. Because can an Acharya say something different from what is written in the Upanishad? Then he is not a Vedanta Acharya. Cannot say something different. But why I am saying this particular statement is because very beautiful. It sums up the whole teaching. So I thought I will add that. Okay. Adi Shankara. Yeah. He said, Ardha Shlokena Pravakshyami. In half a sloka I will tell you. Yaduktam Grantha Kotibihi. What is said in crores of Granthas. Half sloka is over. Okay. Half sloka is left. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Jivo Brahmaiva. Over. He still has one little quarter verse left. So he says, Na aparaha. He didn't even require half a verse. Na aparaha for emphasis, nothing else. Brahman is only reality, Satyam. Satyam I don't know to explain. Once I took the whole camp, 3-day camp in Bombay, only this verse. Okay. But here we already explained what is Satyam, all that we have seen. Abhaditam Satyam, that which cannot be negated is Satyam. Yeah. So, this is it. Brahman, the reality, the consciousness. And what about the Jagat that you experience, that you see? Mithya, apparent. It's a manifestation, not real. Comes and goes. Yeah. Dependent existence. Yeah. Conditioned by time and space. All these are lakshanas or mithya, okay? Comes and goes. Dependent reality. Conditioned by time and space. Okay? That which exists depending on something else. All this is lakshanas for mithya. That is the world. Brahman alone is the reality. Jagat, mithya. What is Jagat? Whatever you experience. Okay. Jayate gacchati iti. It's born and it is gone. Born is gone. Born is gone. Born is gone. Isn't it? Yeah. Nothing lasts. Nothing is permanent. And we are holding on to that impermanence. My mother had a habit. As many moms will. Okay. Once I took the robes and all after my father's death, my sister said, I'm going to take her to stay with me. Why? Because there are children, grandchildren there, so the mom will be happy. My brother-in-law grew up in a hostel all the time, all his life, ever since he was 10 or something. So he's very happy. Grandmother is, family is complete. And I am very happy because I am left alone. Sadhu admi. So it worked out well. But once in a way she liked to come back to her old home and stay with me. I said, yeah, come. So, first thing she'll go into the kitchen. Where is that ladle? Oh, there. You broke it? 40 years I used it and now in 1 year you broke it. No, Mama. It broke in 41 years. 40 years of your use, 1 year of mine. It's not Nitya Vastu. It's not Nitya Vastu. Yeah. All mums are like that, okay? That's all right. That goes with the territory of being mum. That's okay. Anityam, time-bound, space-bound existence. Dependent existence. Everything you experience in the world is like that ladle of mine. Yeah. Doesn't last forever. Nothing lasts. Yeah. You can hand it over to your children. It is so well built. Yeah. But still it's not forever. It was made at some time, it will go at some time. Yeah. That's the nature of mithya thing. Yeah. Relationships, they won't going to last forever. No, Samji, 50th wedding anniversary, big thing. 50 years you have been married, you survived, big thing. Not forever. No, Swamiji. For 7 generations, 7 lifetimes you are going to have. Oh my God, bore nahi ho jayega? 7 lifetimes. Don't get bored about 7 lifetimes the same person. Okay, only 7 lifetimes, no? Keeping one lifetime, 100 years gap between 2 lifetimes, 1400 years. Idna hai, na? Idna hai. How much? What is the age of this? Some billion years, no? Few billion years, even according to science. Our kalpa, etc. is bigger time frame. So what is it? 7 lifetimes. Big deal. What is forever? Nothing is forever. That means nothing is permanent. Nothing is lasting. Yeah. Nothing is lasting. Yeah. What is lasting? Yeah. This will survive as long as the sun and the moon and the stars are there. Only until then. Na? You think sun is permanent. Another billion years is gone. Earth is gone. No, but by that time you would have landed on other planets. Really? In 1980, okay, my kids were writing essays. How by 2020 we would have colonized the moon and things like that. And 2022 we are making videos on how to wash your hands. COVID. Wash it properly, cut the finger. You talk of colonizing the moon. What a paradox. Washing hands. Revade. That's all that is there. At least some things work out. Got Sunita Williams and that other guy back good. But you took 9 months. to get someone back from the space station. It's long enough to have a baby. But admirable fortitude to be stuck there for 9 months and handle it. And we are upset because our plans get delayed. I thought I did the 6 months. You're stuck on a space station with radiation, low gravity, everything. Yeah. That's also mithya. This is also mithya. What is that? Yeah. Simple. Want to lose weight? Go and live on the moon. Automatically your weight is less. Mithya. What is real? This whole, everything that you experience and see, the solid things that you think, all mithya. This should be well entrenched in our mind, Then we won't hold on, cling on to things. Then you'll have the sadhu mindset. What is the sadhu mindset? Agate swagatam kuryat. When it comes, welcome it. Gachantam na nivarayet. When it goes, don't hold it back. Let it go. You accept everything, you reject nothing, you keep nothing. That's it. In between, functionally everything is there. Love, affection, this, that, money, wealth, position, power, all that is there. Functionally. Reality, mithya. Important to understand this. This has to go home. Yeah. We want to leave our footprints on the shifting sands of time. With shifting sands, how long will the footprint last? Shifting sands. Yeah. Remember I mentioned Achilles, the Macedonian, what his mother told him. If you don't go for this war, you'll have children and grandchildren, and they'll all remember you. But by the time it's your great-grandchildren, you will be forgotten. If you go for this war, you'll be remembered forever. Forever? Now you're questioning whether Troy existed or not, no? Whether the story was just a figment of Homer's imagination and creativity, or did it really happen? 1,000 years, you start questioning it. Sorry, 2,000 years. You start questioning it. When you're questioning Dwarka and Ramayana and all, you can't question Iliad and Odyssey. Great, good works, great works. I read them both. Translated versions, of course. Great works. Yeah. What is forever? Name, fame, position, everything goes. For me, for my father, both, we retired in the same year, okay? Dad and me retired in the same year, 76. And both of us were very happy at retirement. I because I'm joining the ashram, my dad because he said enough. I had done enough. Worked enough, done enough. Yeah. So both of us are very happy retiring. But everyone is not happy retiring. No? Suddenly there's a loss. Loss of identity, loss of power, loss of position, loss of income. That gave you a sense of identity. Gone. I told you the story. Flying Rani, I used to go to the border areas of Gujarat and Maharashtra and do a lot of rural development work. So very often I would take the Flying Rani back in the morning. It would come to Danu at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I take it, land up in Bombay by 10:15. Good time, whole day is available. So one day I found they're felicitating the person, the driver, because he's retiring. I thought I'll also go and thank him. After all, he's done a good job. Let me go and thank him. He was upset, he was sorrowful, he was sad. Arey, engine driver tha. But he was sad that he's retiring. I said, okay, loss of position, loss of this, loss of that. Understandable. His face lighted up a bit when a friend came. Tera bhi bari aa jayega agla mahina. He's happy. You're retiring next month. Join the gang. Not happy with retirement. Happy that other guy also has to go through the same thing he is going through today. Samsaroyam ativa vichitram. Samsara is very, very strange. Ativa vichitram. All mithya world. Apply that mithya in my life, okay? It's important. Oh, world is mithya, world is mithya. And what about my life? Oh, that is important. No. Same thing. Yeah. That mithyatum has to be clear. Only then Satyam will be clear. No? I am the Satyam. Brahman eva Satyam. Yeah. Pujya Swamiji was talking in States. He was talking how words reveal the truth, etc. The professor came and asked him, Swamiji, any definition is from a standpoint, within a frame of reference. Right? Unless you store a frame, this is a table because of a certain frame of reference of functioning. So you can define a table. How will you define a table? Flat top and minimum one leg. Have you gone to an Irani shop in Bombay? You find a round table and only one leg in the center. So flat top and minimum one leg. Table. Can have more than one leg. That's okay. That's a table. Nowadays I seen table without legs also. But there is something that base. So one leg. It's within a given framework. It's a table. Supposing I flip it around, can I use it as a table anymore? I just flip it around. Different perspective, you know. I'm an artist. So give a different perspective, flip it around. Table is gone. You shift the framework, table is gone. Yeah. Oh, water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. Under what? You studied it in school. Normal temperature and pressure, na? And sea level conditions, na? Yeah. So it's always within a framework. This scientist is talking to Swamiji. So if I change the framework, your definition is not valid anymore. He said, that's right. You know that. That's correct. Then how will you define the truth? Says that which cannot be negated is the truth. Negate that. Abhaditam satyam. No? That which cannot be negated is the truth. So he said, let me think about it. So the next day before the lecture he came back. Swamiji, that's a clean definition. I can't negate that. Because whatever I negate is not the truth anyway. But is there something like that? Swamiji said, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, Swamiji, I'll attend all your lectures. But give me in a nutshell at least. I want to, you speak elaborately and jokes and stories to highlight some things. Give me in a nutshell. Simple, that is you. Can you negate yourself? How do you negate yourself? You are the negator negating everything else. Neti, neti, iti. How can you negate yourself? Abhaditam, Satyam, Brahma, you. That's why he says in the next verse, Jivo Brahmeva. The guy who takes himself as a finite entity is nothing but Brahman. Tattvamasi, na? Jivo Brahmeva. Jiva is nothing but Brahman. There is no Jivatvam. There is no Jagat Karanatvam. All there is one consciousness, Abhaditam. Simple. He didn't need the whole half of verse. Na apara was added for nothing else, was added for emphasis. Because verse is not complete unless one more word is put there. Yeah, the meter has to be complete. Therefore, na aparaha. In what way is it anything less than the Upanishad? In fact, he has summed up all the Upanishadic teaching in one verse. I am putting it in brief here. Can be elaborated a lot also. So this is the teaching. What else is there? Understand Mithyatvam. Understand what you are. Own it up. That's all the thing is there in Vedanta. And to understand that, whatever preparation you need to do it. The most simple thing in the world. Really. Yeah. The most easiest, simple thing in the world. Swamiji, why does it take so much of time then? Preparing your mind takes time. Preparing the mind is what takes time. Teaching doesn't take time. Yeah. Teaching and understanding doesn't take time. I said, no, tvam pada lakshana, all that. Problems of tvam, problems of tat. What is not understood, all the conditionings with respect to that. All the conditionings as a human being. Viveka, vairagya, shat sampatti, mumukshutvam lacking. Holding on to things, people, organizations. That's why vairagya is necessary. Hold on to an organization. Where is the vairagya gone? All this is an issue. What are you committed to? Some of you have family commitments and all. Please take care of them. Please take care of them. Functional. They are not the absolute. Yeah. After living as a sadhu in Rishikesh, I went and stayed for years with my parents because only son, there's a certain responsibility there. I was a teacher, I was teaching. Yeah. Puja Swamiji called me a good teacher. All that. So I was doing well, I was effective. But I was responsibility, yeah, functional, take care of it. No? Big deal. What's the big deal you're talking about? Yeah. What's the big deal? Yeah. Do what is necessary, take care of things. Okay. What is your commitment to? Atma Swarupam. Yeah. और क्या बात है? How many parents have you had in all the many lifetimes you have gone through? How many partners have you had? Zillions of lifetimes. How many partners have you had? How many children have you had? How many siblings have you had? What are you holding on to? Broaden your perspective. But right now this person is your responsibility. Take care. But don't hold on. Have that emotional independence. I'm not saying be detached, etc. No, you must love with detachment. Really. So I love you, but you keep there, I keep there, okay? Mama, I want a hug. I'm upset. No. Is that detachment? What do you mean by detachment? Wrong word. Emotionally, you're independent. An emotionally independent person can love very deeply, very strongly. But there's no dependency. You remember what I said, the 3 steps in love? I need you, therefore I love you. It's a very dependent love. It's out of need, it's need based. You'll suffocate your partner. Why? You don't think you're lovable. And somebody is coming and saying, I love you. Bakra will get, hold on. Don't let that guy go. The person, the man or woman will feel suffocated. God, this is too much here. A little bit better, healthier is, I love you, therefore I need you. I love you. Therefore I want you in my life. I need you. A little bit better. And what's a Vedantins or a wise person? I don't need you, but I still love you. I choose to be with you. But please, if you reach that stage, never tell your partner this. I don't need you, but I love you. Never tell your partner that, okay? Unless both of you are equally into Vedanta, then there is no problems. Yeah, be pragmatic about it. No, my Guruji said this. The guy will get angry with the Guruji also. How can he say something like that? I'm not joking, it happened with a student of mine. The guy would always come to me, stop coming. What is this man saying? Yeah. So that is it. What do you need in life? Nothing. But you're happy with everything. Yeah. You can choose to relate to the whole world lovingly, caringly. Ananda in a relationship is love. And if the object of love requires some confrontation, you will happily do that. It requires care, you will happily do that. It requires some strictness, you will do that. A child, you will do that. But out of love. If it requires elimination, you will do that. The terrorist. It requires elimination, you will do that. Why? Because you are Ananda. Jivo Brahmaeva. This is what happens. This is where the whole thing comes down to. Mithyatam of the world has to be very clear. And that Aham Satyam also has to be clear. When he says Jivo Brahmaeva, it is me. Oh, Jiva is Brahman. मैं क्या किधर हूँ? No, Samji, the I na is Brahman. How many eyes are there anyway? There's only one eye. Not understood ahankara, understood consciousness. After that ahankara is the dress you wear. Why? Because you have to function, no? Abhi teacher's dress. If I go mountain climbing, am I going to wear dhoti, kurta, angavastra and climb mountain? You can go to Badri Kedar like this, that's a different thing. That is just a walk. Badri Kedar and all is not a trek, it's a walk. That you can do. But are you going to climb Mount Everest? Wearing dhoti, kurta, this thing? So people come and give you a saffron tracksuit. Good, acha. Because that's the tradition. Yeah, some of my students have done that. Nice, very caring of them, understanding of them. But Swamiji, how can a sadhu wear a tracksuit? Can you see where you are stuck? You are stuck in your orthodoxy, which is worse. If you are stuck in your love for your partner, I can understand that. You are stuck in orthodoxy. Yeah. See, look at your own this thing where you are stuck. Vairagya, this is all part of Vairagya. The temple consecration was going on. There's this guy who was a great bhakta. You see, Abhiraman is supposed to be one of the greatest experts in this. His students are doing puja and all. But he doesn't have a kudumi. You know, that hair kept like that, like the priest keep. He doesn't have that. His knowledge, his tapas, his wisdom is dependent on his kudumi. That means everyone who keeps a kurmi should have that expertise. No? Everyone who wears saffron should be a great teacher. This for $100 you will get a set across the room. That Gita stores you will get for $100 you will get everything you will get. Don't get stuck in all these things. Yeah, there are certain decorums, etc. I'll follow. My students know. Do I ever wear this in Bombay? But here, ashram, what a decorum, all right. Bombay and this wearing something like this. Even girls don't wear dupattas when they're traveling by local train in Bombay. They wear other things. Why? Dupatta and Bombay trains. Your dupatta will be inside, you will be outside. Yeah, it's a struggle. You will get strangled with it before you get out. Yeah, impractical. But you said your guru is your role model. Look at how he is dressed. Correct. That is his choice. This is my choice. Role model is not how you dress or how you wear this. That is not the role model. Role model is how he teaches, how he lives, in the freedom with which you have. This is the easiest to do. Overnight you can look like him, no? But if you really have to look like him, you must shave your head half and only have hair here and beard. Yeah, because people get stuck in all the wrong things. Okay? In the name of being spiritual, you are actually getting stuck. Where is your vairagya? Coming back to certain basics, because we are wrapping up the whole thing. So basics knowledge is important, because this is where it makes you get stuck. So you understand when you are consciousness, then what is there to limit? In fact, Vyasa's son Shuka has written 8 verses called Shukashtakam. He says, one who knows the truth. Each verse ends in saying, Ko vidihi, ko nishedaha. Even the Vedas doesn't tell you do and don't. For a person who knows the truth, even the Veda doesn't tell you do this, don't do that. So that's all of you going to be. With Swamiji's society, Narayana, what will 4 people think? There was a student of mine who had this social anxiety. Yeah. He's always worried about what people will think. So me telling him and doing something will have some effect. But I said, no. I mean, he knows I'm a madcap. As a teacher, I can be quite a madcap. I can make him do all sorts of stuff. He knows that. So I sent him to a therapist. And the therapist is a Parsi lady, equally madcap. I choose the right people. She said, you have social anxiety, na? So walk on the street, holding a balloon in your hand and a whistle in the other, blow. And he comes to me and says, after a class, hey, Swamiji, how can I do that? You can't do that. How can I? I said, come, there's a balloon wala there. 2 balloon dena, 2 seeti de. Give me 2. You do and I do. Now we're both going to do it. Rule, you can't do. And that day he felt, not bad. Nobody's bothered about us. Yeah, see, 2 of madcaps are walking like this, nobody's bothered. One is in a shirt and pant, other is in saffron. People bothered? What do you mean people, what will people say? People are too busy with their lives to say anything about you. And people who say anything about you are people who don't have anything else. Useless characters. Are you bothered about their opinion? Really? What are you bothered about? You won't disturb the society, that's a different thing. Yeah. You won't disturb. Okay. You will follow social norms. Okay. As long as it doesn't bog you down, you follow it. You don't let it bog you down. Yeah. Yeah. It's important to keep these things in mind. Otherwise, you will not live your life. Their opinion will become more important than Tattvamasi. Then what do you expect? You expect to gain knowledge when that idiot's opinion is more important. That is affecting you more than Tattvamasi is affecting you. How do you expect knowledge to take place? Yeah.
Swamiji, can I ask one question?
Yeah?
You brought out the Vyasa's son.
Sukashtakam.
That, again, it's not related, but they are all the stories that he did not come out for how many years from the mother's womb. Is all the stories, or is there some?
There are a lot of stories, some of them true, some of them not true.
I mean, how can a child be in the womb for that?
Yeah. See, the stories are Arthavada, highlighting the importance of something. Yeah. Who was that Russian mystic? Rasputin. No. Rasputin. Yeah. Rasputin. Imagine having him as your guru, teacher. Maja aayega na. How many of you will be able to relate to him? Yeah. Some people say he was a crook, some people say he was a rogue, some people say he was a wise person. But he used to pray and heal people. Yeah. They had not found his body. Okay? The nobles didn't like his influence on the Tsar. So they called him for a meal and he used to enjoy his drink. So they poisoned and gave him 6 doses of poison. And he's drinking and eating away, maja se. Nothing is happening to this guy. If you do a lot of energy work, that's how you become, okay? But for that you have to do lots of it. Then? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, his wife's the thing. And then one of the nobles shot him with 6 bullets. The guy got hold of him and broke his neck and jumped into the river. So he thought, now he will die. But they had not found his body. Mr. thought, enough of all this. They don't want me here, why should I be here? If he survived. If he didn't survive, no problems anyway. You want to live and become old and useless? No, no. That is another thinking. So what I am trying to say is, ko vidhi, ko nishedaha, shukas. Where is do's and don'ts? But will you do all the wrong things? Why should you do the wrong things? You want something by hook or by crook? Even the criminals will try the hook first. Crook will be later. If the hook doesn't work. Here you don't want it by hook. Why will you want it by crook? So that is where your freedom is there and you follow certain dharma. Natural dharma you will follow. You're free. You don't have to follow dharma. But it's natural to follow. It's your alankara. It's not a need. What is dharma meant for? Your growth, no? What is dharma meant for ultimately? Society, etc. fine. After that what? Your growth. What is the height of growth? Moksha. After that what? You need 365 rules and regulations. Those who are stuck in orthodoxy, this is meant for you all, okay? Understand this well. Or continue being stuck in orthodoxy. That Swamiji is saying it, he's modern. The acharyas don't say that. Revade. Get stuck in orthodoxy for another 100 years. Or grow. Yeah. That's the whole thing. Grow. Then you'll be fine. and own up this truth in your life. Nididhyasanam. That's it. Do you want a small taste of Nididhyasanam right now? If you want, I can do it right now. Because I said everything I have to say. Okay? Okay, so I'll introduce you to steps that you can do in a classical meditation. Thus, you can expand or contract any step according to your need. Okay? I'll do maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. You can extend it to an hour if you want, or cut it short to 10 minutes, depending upon what you are comfortable with, and then build it up. The depth of the meditation is always more important than the length of the meditation. Okay? So this is Nididhyasanam to make this whole series complete. Okay? So how do you meditate? First, take a comfortable seat. If you are sitting on the ground, Sukhasanam. What is Sukhasanam? A comfortable posture. It can be Padmasanam, Siddhasanam, Swarja, whatever, where you are comfortable. What is a Sukhasanam? Shankara defines it in Aproksha Anupati, saying, Yatra Sukhena Brahmachintanam Bhavati, where you can comfortably think of Brahman. Natu Sharira Pidanam, not troubling your body. So what is comfortable for you? The chair is comfortable for you, the chair. If you are on the ground, cross-legged. If you are on the chair, feet firmly on the ground. That's the only thing. Okay, feet firmly on the ground. Okay. Spine erect. But you're not standing in attention in a military ground, okay? You're erect, relaxed. You're erect, but relaxed. So we start by consciously relaxing the body. So what we will do is, first, eyes and mouth gently closed. Your facial muscles are relaxed. You are not frowning by focusing on something, nor are you grinning like a gorilla. I know you feel like laughing when I say that, but okay. You're relaxed. Facial muscles are all relaxed. Eyes and mouth gently closed. Neck muscles relaxed. Shoulders relaxed. Arms, forearms, palms and fingers all relaxed. Chest muscles relaxed. Stomach relaxed. Sides relaxed. Upper back, lower back relaxed. Even if there is some pain somewhere, tell yourself, it's okay, it's relaxed. Consciously relax it. Waist and hips relaxed. Thigh muscles relaxed. Knees, calves, shin muscles relaxed. You know, if there is some pain, it's okay, it's relaxed. Feet and toes, ankles, feet and toes, relaxed. Now look at this body in one sweep of vision from the head to the toe. Your body is like any other body sitting here. You are the one that sees this body, the one that has consciously relaxed this body. To help you quieten your mind, just pay attention to your breathing. You are not doing a pranayama, a breathing exercise. You are doing prana ikshanam. You can even call it prana dharanam if you want. Just paying attention to your breath. At the tip of the nostrils, just pay attention. Breathing happens. You are just witnessing it. Any of these steps can be developed into a meditation, okay? But we are not doing it. We are using it to go into Nididhyasanam. Now, to make it more bhakti oriented, also to invoke the bhakta out of you, the seeker out of you. Invoke the Lord in any form you can relate to. Any form you can relate to. Your ishtam. Indian forms, non-Indian forms, any form, doesn't matter. And offer a mental worship. This is purely personal. Even if you don't know what worship is about, how a proper puja is about, doesn't matter. Generally, you'll offer him a seat, asanam, snanam, abhisheka, etc., clothes, dhupam, deepam, naivedyam, prasadaha, all offer to the Lord. Don't be stingy about it. Don't say, I'll pour only one katori of milk. Pour buckets full of it. Make it vivid. When you're lifting that water pot to do the abhisheka, feel the coolness of the pot in your hands. Few drops of water are splashing on you also. Feel the coolness where the water is splashing on you. Feel the cool. Make it vivid. Now you are lighting the arati for the final arati. Final arati is always camphor. Just lighting up that camphor. See the camphor flaring up under your fingers. You are offering the arati to the Lord. You are waving the arati. The whole form of the Lord is lighted up in the light of that arati. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Put down the arati plate, offer the arati to the Lord. Take the arati yourself, get the smell of the camphor. Prostrate to the Lord. And now you're sitting for your japa. When you do this at home, you can use whatever japa you have been taught. Here I will use a simple japa for common purposes. The japa will be Om Ishaya Namaha. Unto the Lord, my namaskaraha, my prostrations. Simple. And when the chant is there, listen to the chant. When the chant is not there, listen to the silence. When I speak something, just see the meaning of that. When I don't see something, you're silent. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 Chant, silence, chant. Focus on that silence. You will find in time it becomes silence, chant, silence. Like right now. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Before the chant there is silence. After the chant there is silence. The chant is born from silence, dies down into silence. Like the wave that doesn't negate the water, the chant does not negate the silence that you are. You are that silence. In you the silence, the chant is born. Into you the silence, the chant dies down. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. You are that silence. Silence awareness. Awareness, that is silence. A thought, a chant is born in silence. A sound, a chant is born in silence, dies down into silence that you are. That silence is you, awareness, consciousness. And the thought is there, your consciousness. Thought is not there, your consciousness. Thoughts come and go, they are mithya. You are the satyam, the consciousness. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Silence, consciousness. That consciousness I am. Consciousness, Shuddham. Nothing other than consciousness to contaminate it. I am Shuddham, always pure consciousness. Pure silence consciousness. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om. You can open your eyes and come back to normal thinking. Cup your eyes if you want to. various ways of doing this. I had started with a japa for the simple reason that if you are not comfortable enough to go to Nididhyasanam, you can do the japa dhyanam, remain in the silence. Then when you bring in consciousness, shuddham, etc., any word like that you introduce and see the meaning of it directly. When I've been explaining it, I've been elaborate with jokes, stories, etc. At the seat of meditation, very simple. That's the meaning. Immerse in it. Let your mind be immersed in that, your consciousness. That's it. Nothing other than you. That's it. It's not an intellectual exercise of explaining. No. Just see the meaning directly. Remain. Japa dhyanam everyone can do. Whether you understand, don't understand. Japa dhyanam will help you center on yourself. Then if you have listened enough to Vedanta, you will understand the centering is on what? The consciousness. Then you do the Nididhyasanam to make it a fact of your life. इतना ही बात है. Then you're free. That's it. So Nididhyasanam can be expanded more, etc. Then there are a lot of preparatory meditations which Swami has been teaching you all in the morning meditation sessions. There are hundreds of meditation. What are you doing for what is important. Yeah. That breathing, I said, no, just watch your breath. That can be expanded to form a whole meditation, including energy work. So when you do it at home, now we did it for about 15 minutes. Expand, contract, what do you want? No, I feel the need for a personal relationship with Lord. So increase the Manasa Puja time. No, I am comfortable, not too much of that. Make it small. Why are we doing it? To get the bhakta, the devotee out of you. Yeah. Because all of us share a fundamental relationship with Ishvara. When you recognize Ishvara, you are a devotee. So all of us, your ancestors, your future generation, all of them have the same relationship with Ishvara. So the serious person is coming out, not the flippant guy. There is one character across the Ganga. He talked about meaningless sound meditation. So meaningless sound, what happens? The flippant guy comes out. Kim. Why Kim? Give me some sour cream. The flippant guy comes out of it. The guy who wants to fool around comes in. Fooling around is different from having a sense of humor. It's flippant. You can be flippant in life. Not a problem. Occasionally, fine. But meditation, take it with a bit more commitment. Yeah. Don't remember all the jokes and start laughing. The jokes are meant to make a point. Point understood, that's what is important. Yeah. Otherwise, it'll be like this meditation. This guy came to an Indian guru and he got this mantra diksha of meaningless sound. Then he went home and started doing that. So his wife came in. Tom, what are you doing? Tom, what are you doing? I'm doing meditation. What is that? I'm chanting a mantra. What is a mantra? Oh, I got this mantra from the Indian guru. I paid 50 pounds for it. 50 pounds for a mantra? What is a mantra? It's a meaningless sound. You paid 50 pounds for a meaningless sound. I would give you a dozen for 100 pounds. Okay, tell me, what is that sound? I can't. I am not supposed to reveal it. Tom, I am your wife. We have no secrets, okay? Tell me what that mantra is. She goes home, packs her bag and so on. Comes and, Tom, are you telling me otherwise I am walking out to my mother's? Okay. He hears the door slam. She's out of the house. My God, the mantra works. It works in different ways, so be careful, okay? So that is not what meditation is about, okay? Meditation is a committed activity. It's a committed activity. Yeah.
Swamiji, we did this act and sailors got together as a couple. Swami just gives
Yeah.
us-
Puja Swamiji's joke this is, yeah. 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 Copyright है ना? Guru Sishya है. There's copyright for using those jokes. So that is it. That's do some Nididhyasanam, make it a part of your life. Okay. If you no questions, that's all I have to say. Yeah. We talked a lot. We covered a huge topic. Mahavakya is not a small topic, and we have done so many of them on this thing. Okay. Good. It's good. It's nice. I'm happy with everything. Good. People listening, attending the camp. Very nice. I'm very glad to meet all the new people also. Yeah, excellent. So can we